Drivers, to your cars.
It is time to go racing. It is time for Saturday night action. It is tornado time. Welcome to the super flat world of the NASCAR Cricket Cup Series from Kansas Speedway. And the running of the nationwide 400. I'm Angel and I'm joined by Cody in this fine evening. Cody, we already saw the action of what has happened. We already saw what can happen, and we can see what's next.
Hopefully a long green flag run, something we haven't had all weekend.
Exactly, and that is a big problem, you know, because we want nice green flag runs with these drivers, and they're gonna go up from 25 to 30 laps on a fuel run, and so come on, like we got to use those tires, we got to use that fuel.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, here's the thing. Even though the fuel run has to be much longer than that, if it's not, then what's wrong with you? The other problem is the tires. Now, in the last few weeks, the problem has been tire wear. However, for this track, instead of tire wear, you have to think about the grip. How much grip are in your tires? Because eventually, on the long run, you lose the grip in your tires and you have to rely on the track. And when the grip is too much, that leads to more problems. Hence why the inside lane is the dominant lane here, as it always is for nearly every NR track. So spoiler alert, folks.
Yes, and now it is time to go for our starting lineup. It is time for one of the weirdest starting lineups we're going to see, but it is for Saturday night. In row one, we're going to see Leah Sharp in the Costco Automobile Malibu, and next to her is going to be Austin Hunter in the number 89 Spectrum Telecom Malibu.
Yes, and this very questionable lineup, may I add, in the NOS Malibu, we got Jonathan Logren, and next to him, we got, even though it's a Pontiac, it's still equally sus based on who's aligned with him in the first place, is Annette Galvin and that Brandt Pontiac.
Then row 3, we're going to see Auburn Bradley in the 99 Miller Lite Pontiac G8 and Sabrina Rankenpree in the Napa Auto Parts Chevy Malibu.
We go through this lineup. We got last week's winner, Samantha Contreras, starting in the 7th position, and that Loves Ford. And next to her, we got an interesting name here. The 19-year-old from the Eastern Seaboard, Carolina Bradley, making her Cricket Cup Series debut, multi-time regional champion, a road course specialist at a young age, driving that clutch Ford Shelby for at least this race, maybe a few more, before Maggie is able to come back.
Then behind them, we're going to see Lena Oxton in the 33M Shelby, making a good start, for her first start in a while for this 30 car, and the 22 of Marinette Panchang, the Best Buy Shelby.
Up next, we got another one who's making his season debut, and back in a very long time, Casey Kane, this time in the Coors Light Ford Shelby, and we got for the number 6, Damian Rubio, for Tiga Racing. About time they qualified towards the front, and that Ford Shelby.
Then behind them, we're going to see Ann Bunchoey making her debut in the series. Farmers Insurance is going to be sponsoring that car with a little bit of Air Asia on the roof flaps, on the hood flaps, and next to her is going to be Ian Molina in the Mavis Tires and Brakes Shelby.
Up next, we got our Ranzavia and that Reese's Ford Shelby trying to get that 37 in the top 35 in owner's points. We'll talk about that situation soon. But next to her, we got Benjamin Ortiz, a driver who still needs to do pretty good to keep himself in there as well, and that Watercraft Shelby.
Down behind them, we're going to see Diego Rubio in the Irwin Tools Shelby and Diego Alcaraz in the FedEx Tesla Model S.
Up next, we got Luna Coco and that Toyota Supra there, promoting a plethora of Alex Prime's Roblox channels, whatever. Eric Plushwell EP trying to impress some folks since he will be a free agent at the end of the season. We'll see what he does here to impress any team owners.
Behind the Maria Eviara in the Alex Prime Place YT Supra, and next to her is going to be Laura James in the Aquafina Charger.
Up next, we got Ruby Asensio and that Lucas Oil Malibu, one of the hottest free agents in the market right now. And we got Lincoln Loud and the Bucky's Charger. Hopefully not joined by Bucky Jr. tonight.
Next up is going to be Dipper Pines in the Monster Energy Supra and Chloe Bourgeois in the Hershey's Company Supra.
Stories about her later. Shane Van Gisbergen finally making an effort in knockout qualifying. He makes the show in that WeatherTech Charger. And his teammate for Beatbox Motorsports. Yes, we have to bleep out the word, folks. Katie Coates, starting next to him.
What a
Next
box.
up is Alexis Lynn Blake, as we have Dale Bush joining us over here. Alexis Lynn Blake in the Valvoline Charger, and next to her is going to be Zoe Lee in the Avondheld Supra.
Also a box.
Up next, we got Mavis Dracula, the clearly oldest driver in the field in that Raptor Charger. And next to her, we got one of the most controversial drivers driving in one of the most controversial sponsors right now, and a manufacturer that's barely does squat, Pontiac with Mark Games.
What is
You
the
are
only
talking about
cryptocurrency
controversy?
that you should invest?
No!
Oh,
You're
come on.
talking about controversy. Look at the 24. It's on a Dodge, for God's sakes.
Next up is going to be Sonora Felix in the Televisa Univision number 8 and the Power Energy Supra of Lucille.
Up next, we got Cesare and that Tesla Model S. Yeah, they really need to figure that out, folks. And Corey Day making one of his select starts. While racing in the Cup Series, he is also racing in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series tonight. Let's hope he doesn't go 2 for 2 and running into problems here, especially simultaneously.
Final 3 rows, we have Leslie Jacoby in the Quick Trip Supra and the point leader Kyle Larson in the Target Supra.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Up next, we got the Beatbox Motorsports entry of Maria Lakey and the Walmart Charger. Gotcha, Alex. And we got, I am not saying that last name.
It's Netherleague.
It's Niederleague, oh boy,
yes,
Christian Niederleague in that Furniture Row Supra. Yeah, enjoy it, Sam Kane, because you and your 2 drivers are bleeped. I'll tell you why in a sec.
And we're going to give to Dale this final row.
And rounding out the field, the biggest hole ever to exist in the man, and next to him is the stupidest ever in this league, Marbacada.
Oh, and by the way, for the 78, you get this. For being the last place car having their time allowed, and for Marbacada for the championship provisional, here's what you get. Doc!
It is now the second week in a row when she gets the Super Coconutty. So anyways, it is time to go over to some pre-race storylines with some of our 3 faithful reporters, Rick Erickson, Dale Bush, and Anthony Davidson. And we're gonna start off with our man over here, Dale Bush, concerning about the number 7 entry.
I can't read this handwriting on this paper. What am I supposed to be reading here?
For bleep's sake.
Dale, you're on camera.
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought it was in a blue but apparently not. Anyway, the 7 is you figure it out.
she's entering with a she's entering with a good advantage in qualifying, but also with skepticism about her retirement plans, and a lot of people hope that this could be a good win to not only certify her place in the future, but potentially be the beginning of the end of her career. Now let's go to our next.
Thank you, producer.
Yeah. Now let's go to our next reporter, Anthony Davidson. A lot of people have been confusing over the decision of bringing Carolina Bradley, 16 years old, barely old enough to drive, but now she is
19.
she's 19 now, and a lot of people have been asking, what are you doing, Cody Smarts? But the girl has already proven that she can run in these types of cars. Does she have what it takes to go out for a win? She has a fast Shelby and an 8th starting position to boot. Rick. There's nobody with more storylines than Mark Games. He recently said to the Cricket in Our League that he should that in order for him to return, the ICR's gotta go. But remember that these cars are locked into Cricket Cup for 2026 and beyond. But this being the start of his rebirth, let's see if a lot of drivers are gonna honk if they're gay, and or they're gonna be pleading for that Dogecoin card to get out of the way because Mark is trying to go for victory lane and hoist up the Union Jack. Back to you guys. Okay.
Meanwhile, and it looks like we do have time for at least one more storyline here. And it is involving a situation that is unprecedented. Chloe Bourgeois last week was arrested by some federal agency for tax evasion and other tax fraud charges. However, there has been a questionable decision by a federal judge in North Carolina during the sentencing hearing after finding out that she was not going to spend any prison time and instead got sentenced with a 15-year consecutive probation. And a federal probation is usually not the cause here, as prosecutors did recommend 5 years in prison is the norm. But besides all the controversy, Chloe Bourgeois under heavy watch for a long while here, while trust between her and our other co-owners of the organization are questioning their future, including the possibility of going to 3 cars in 27.
All right, so now with that out of the way, let's go to our picks for today for tonight's race. Who are we picking, guys?
I'm gonna be honest here. We have seen our winners come from the front, which is why I say we're going to be singing a certain song over here, because the driver who's going to win the race, out of all the possible cars here in the top 6, I would like to see Annette Golvin get the win. If this is the beginning and the end of her career, it would be a great storyline to see that 7 car get the victory here tonight.
You know what? Since I'm back up here with you guys, I gotta agree with Cody. Annette does deserve to get a win, and it would be great for her to get it here tonight. So I'm picking Annette Galvin as well.
Wow. For once we agree.
For this one, I think this is going to be the end of Kyle Larson's reign at the points lead, and the one to do it is going to be his current adversary. 8 markers behind the 42, Samantha Contreras goes to victory lane tonight.
Good job, Angel. You did the same thing I did last week.
And we missed the command. God dang it, Angel.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Alrighty then. And that means I get to go over who decided to try their best, but they waste their time and money here at Kansas. On this list here, we got left issues for 2311 Racing, as both Mabel Pines and Wendy Corduroy both did not show up with their lap times and missed the show. Another driver, which is shocking, once again, Alex Prime. Lexi De Benedetto for Alan Grassa and Mark Games also misses the show. And for the first time, this season, in his tenure, Daniel Voil's perfect season comes to an end as he suffers his first DNQ, being the first one out to Aranza.
Oh my
What are you talking about?
goodness.
What are you talking about, Cody? Mark Games is out there.
Yes. So anyways, pace car is on pit road now. And it is 2, 3 Casa Loud cars in the top 3. And we're on the way at Kansas.
Oh, and we could already see possible 3 wide already. Because the 9 decided to get out of the way.
Looks like the 99 is going to pick up third quickly.
And they're not gonna let Leah Sharp lead the first lap.
I don't know if you guys saw it, but I noticed this too on like the back stretch going in.
Sir!
We have some
Sir!
horrendous crash, and 2 cars are immediately upside down. One of the first caution of the day.
That was very suspicious. That was very suspicious, and that coming as first of a low. That is a low-cal move easily, Angel. What were they thinking?
I don't know, man, but they're still racing back towards the line, and it's gonna be Johnny leading them back.
Hopefully, we have no more issues while they were racing to the line. Let's hope so, because my God, what was that?
Well,
who decided to pull a low-cal move? Okay, I think we found our suspect. Laura James, ma'am.
Well, we gotta see it over here. Here's what happened coming out of turn 4.
This kind of looks like an ARCA crash right here.
Yeah, like the 74 decided not to use their brakes and then does this. Yeah, that is most definitely going to be a call to the hauler, more than likely for the 74.
Oh my God!
Because this is a type of wreck.
And she RKO's SVG for no reason at all.
Yeah, this is not good here. Like, what the beep? What's wrong with the 74? I know the officials are looking at that one, Angel, and from what I see from next door, they are not happy.
And we have the red flag out on the first lap because of this. Here's what happened to the 45 of Pines. Gets clipped right there. Oh, pin.
I think the 74 needs to be suspended for doing that stupid. Not gonna say all the what I'm thinking on national TV, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, but here's the problem. If they didn't suspend Melody Purple, if they didn't suspend Mark Game, something tells me, given their inconsistency, they're not going to suspend Laura James.
For once, Cody, I can agree with you on the inconsistency of the officials.
And here's Laura.
And
we are on a roll tonight, Dale.
we had a flip in the real life O'Reilly series, and on the first lap of this race, we have two of them.
Oh, for bleep's sakes, yeah, this is certainly a move that is inspired by the locale Ochako Yoraka herself. We have to go back a few ways, folks. Fall of last year, in the ATT Grand National Series race during the playoffs, Ochako got put to the inside, under the groove at the back straightaway, decided to do a full send, and it eliminated 3 playoff drivers at once. And now you see what's going on here, and I feel like there was another incident in the middle of lap 2, because I did not see the cars, like, staying the way they were. While racing to the line. I think something else happened.
What happened at the back?
Oh!
Whoa, nearly. And he came back on the track.
Oh, that was almost an Ochako move right there. If that was in the front, that would have been... And there's Alexis Lynn Blake here. Yeah, I think she was involved in that first incident.
Oh, no. We were just starting the race. And she blew
engine gave up.
Okay. And then, meanwhile, I don't think the cars were 1 and 2 right after lap number 2. I don't think so. I think something else happened.
Yeah, but for the moment, good news is that all the drivers are okay. But they already lifted the red flag. To see the drivers, Oven Bradley, Luna Coco, Ivan Molina, and finally, Diego Rubio and Samantha Contreras are your top 5 coming out of pit road on these first pit stops of the race. No, this is gonna set the tone of what this race is going to look, right, guys?
Guys, Talladega is next week. Can we not have this carnage here tonight?
Yeah, not only that, like, I'm really concerned about the overall situation here. As
We have another mechanical
Angel,
failure. The 6, Damon Rubio.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt here, Angel, but I did get word from the officials. They want the driver, crew chief, and spotter of the 74 immediately to the hauler at the end of the race, and they are discussing about possible other penalties for causing such an incident like that. The only thing I can think of right now is possibly showing the black flag on the next restart.
Well, we're going to
Speaking of
see.
that, Cody, I saw like 2 officials talking to the crew chief of the driver that you're talking about just now.
Yeah, that is not good at all. I mean, what a way to start a race by causing an El Chaco-inspired incident like that.
Well, that black flag won't be necessary at all because, yeah,
She's out!
She's out, along with Dipper Pines, SVG, Chloe Bourgeois, Alia Cesar, Maria Lackey, Christian Netterleg, Alexis Lynn Blake, who didn't even make it a full lap around the track, Eric Plush VP, and the 56 of Aria Eviara. Corey Day still on the pit road, so folks, that is unbelievable. As we're gonna take a look at our Rolex fastest lap of the race so far, Lena Oxton.
That is shocking to say the least, because Lena Oxton, if we seen her in knockout qualifying, she has DNQ'd for the vast majority of the races. It was objectively the worst full-timer out of the entire field, even accounting for Maggie Splitzer, who has missed a race or two. This will be the second race that she's missing, and she's still better than Lena Oxton as of right now. But for Lena to pull off these laps makes me question that, is it the driver, is it the equipment, or more importantly, given it's Front Row Motorsports, is it the morale of the team? Remember, they were hit with a lawsuit a little bit ago, and they're going to set some conferences, not this coming week, but the next.
But yeah, asking for a friend, where is the 9?
I think a lot of Casa Loud cars are falling back.
Serena Rankin-Free at the moment, currently running in 13th place for the restart. But we do see a couple of cars making some moves, as here we are for the restart of this race.
And it's only going to get worse from here.
Let's hope it doesn't get any worse from here. We do need those green flag rounds. What is going on?
It's a freight train in the front, but what are they doing back here?
Yeah, this might be a problem. 13 and 37. 37, hope you get out of the way. Yeah, what is Lucille doing there? That is not a good idea. And Corey Day. Oh, the 37 is not going to be happy with the 82. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, boy. And now Oxen's in the wall.
Does she save it? Yes, she does.
This is ridiculous here. They're already causing problems.
Lucille tried to go to the inside. There was no room there. But she saves it,
that was almost an LCI on that one. Dear Lord.
Cody, I'm going to have to look in the dictionary and look up what the hell LCI even means.
Yeah, I'm going to have to
look at it. Lap bar incident.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what it means. I see some other drivers making her way. Leah Sharp, the pole sitter, started deep in the field, and now she's trying to make her way back currently stuck in 19th.
Oh, there goes Dale. I think Dale's concerned for Sabrina somehow. I thought they broke up, but anyway. There's
some more
a
drivers.
debutant. There's Brinkenbury.
And there's Rankenpree. She's making her way back, surprisingly.
Yeah, I mean, she's making her way back. Plenty of women are making their way up here. Meanwhile, the race leader, as it stands, is Auburn Bradley. Look, a lot of women are dominating here. I mean, first, second, third, fifth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. I mean, this is pretty much the women takeover that you have seen ever since the 80s. And now look at this, about 40 years later, we are really setting a statement here at this point.
And here's Contreras trying to catch up to that 99. It's going to be a little difficult. It's going to be a little hard to try to contend against those Pontiacs, don't you think?
Well, the thing is, although Pontiac is a defunct manufacturer, and they are dead, technically, and they've been dead since about 2010, I think, they don't have many Pontiacs to work with at the moment, which could secretly be their advantage. Yeah, they won't be going for the constructor's title or manufacturer title anytime soon, but for right now, they're at a situation where they can do a lot with not so many.
Exactly. And look at that. At the moment, these drivers are finally keeping it clean after that weird start to the race.
Yeah, not only that, keeping it clean. And for the first time in a while, I gotta say, maybe we're gonna get a green flag run early in the race, which is something we've never seen all weekend.
And that is concerning because we saw what happened in the previous events. And right now, Auburn Bradley trying to lead the field into a statement. Remember that last time we went to a cookie cutter track, she won, and that cookie cutter track was Las Vegas.
Yeah, but basically right now, something that's concerning me a lot is not a lot of passing, but I do see the 12 might make a pass on the 3.
I think the thing with these drivers is that at the moment, I think they're trying to build up some laps.
Yeah, I think there is a valid chance of trying to build some laps or maybe try to close down to one another so they can try to make a train up towards the front potentially, because look at Luna Coco. She is another pass winner at a cookie cutter as she makes the pass under the 3. As the 3 is getting stuck on that outside lane, she is going to free fall some positions and she needs to get to the inside before the 7 gets there.
And there you see Diego Rubio trying to use a little bit of that apron. Very common on these types of tracks, but especially here at Kansas, it's very common to go below the white line and try to use some of that extra payment.
Absolutely. I mean, they're trying to get as much speed as possible to get past all these drivers. As it looks like Ruby Asensio is continuing to get past. She is now all the way down to 9th.
Oh, look at that. Look at Marinette Pencheng almost taking it to the grass.
Yeah, and Teping Chang has been passing a lot of drivers in the past couple of laps here. And now she's going to find herself in the top 5.
And she does that all while 2 other cars are trying to protect themselves and work on each other. There's your pick, Annette Galvan.
Here's mine and Dale's picks, may I add. I mean, I tell you something. Me and Dale have not agreed on a lot of things in the past few weeks or so, especially this weekend. But everything that we have agreed on so far has been during this broadcast, shockingly enough. And there's an echo van, our pick, basically getting past the 54 as Luna Coco's now stuck in the outside lane as I see a wall tap from someone as we look at the fastest times. Now I see why the 04's worried.
Yeah, that's why the 4 is worried. But anyways, Austin Hunter, driver for Castellat Racing, he is currently taking the honor of being the fastest driver in the fleet, and he just barely made his way into the top 10.
Yep, making it to the top 10. Ruby Asensio was falling like a rock here, and Luna Coco could potentially be next. as Austin Hunter now puts himself in the ninth position, still behind the 04. That 04, as of right now, oh, she might lose it to Hunter here, but for the past, like ever since this restart, she has been doing a pretty decent job holding off the 89.
And
Now,
they
here's
come
some
into
context for you.
And here comes some lap traffic.
There's
The favorites.
Lucio. Yep. Lap traffic, our favorite. But regardless, though, I gotta give the 04 some credit. I mean, she had to deal with 2 ICR license tests on Monday and Wednesday. And then on Thursday and yesterday, she ran test laps at Kentucky. She did pull in some pretty good times as she gained more experience in the car. And right now it's been proven to be so. I mean, first time in the car at Kansas, immediately top 10 qualifying time and second best Ford in the field. And right now, she is maintaining position from where she started. And although she can't close down the others at the moment, which that might be a problem later, the objective is keep the car clean, give it a good finish, and have it stay in the top 35 in owner's points, which right now they are doing just that.
And at the moment, we see the RPMs over here, revving it all the way to 9,000 and entering over 200 miles per hour into the turn.
Yeah, we'll wait and see how the 04 does it. She is continuously getting pressure by the 89. Meanwhile, up in the front, look at that. The 4 Brigade could be coming here.
And they're doing so. They are doing so, trying to contend against the 99 in all ways, shapes, and sizes. And it's going good. It's going good. For Samantha Contreras, trying to keep up some pace against Auburn Brad.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, not a lot of passing inside the top 5, but you see some of the other drivers, some thinking they're faster than others. For example, Aranza probably faster than Dracula, but you see Ann Bonchui making her debut, and right now she's doing okay.
Yeah, not that bad for the first Thailandese driver to ever make a start in the NASCAR Cricket Cup Series. She's currently running 18th, so...
And you know the weird story about how Ann Bonchui got that ride? So, first, she tried to help out Phoenix by trying to fill in for him here at this track, as Phoenix is dropping out of the Cup Series to compete in the lower level to prepare himself. But for Ann Bonchui, a day or two after she got signed to 13, she broke up with him!
Wow.
What was that about?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we're not TMC by any ways, but that is juicy. That is juicy.
Dear
info.
Lord. Yeah, it's kind of odd to me as Aranza doing what she needs to do, get past the 24, and we can have a whole story about Aranza's, what is it? Aranza's revival, comeback? Yeah.
Yeah, comeback.
I mean, the comeback she's had in her first 2 attempts, she DNQ'd, and yes, I am including that canceled event at Darlington. Ever since then, she made her start at Bristol in the Truck Series, and since she made her start in the Truck Series, after finally having an opportunity to race in general, she has been slowly improving. And now some news articles are leaning towards Aranza being a driver for the team in her farewell tour, but they still need to see more from her to be able to confirm that. But right now Aranza overtaking the 24 as we're getting later and later in this green flag run.
Yeah, it seems like we're going to go and stay over here on green for quite a while as we see pole sitter Dia Sharp making her way back inside the top 10. So she's back.
Yeah, we'll see how far she goes. I mean, she was able to get past Luna Coco and Jonathan Logren, it looks like. And now back in the top 10. We'll see here if she can get past the other two, because Carolina Bradley has been doing some great defensive work against Austin Hunter. Another great debut on the track so far. But we'll wait and see here. If Leah Sharp is one of the fastest cars, she could get past both of them in a hurry. Meanwhile, looking at the 04.
It looks like they're actually regrouping on this one. They seem to be now regrouping because they know that they have built enough laps. Not only that, not only for the purposes of going out all green, but also we're trying to keep it clean after that embarrassing first caution.
Absolutely. And for the 04, they were told after last week at Bristow, keep it clean, and for the love of all things good, learn what not clear means! As I think we're getting the green flag pit stops.
Yeah, a couple of drivers are going for their stops, and there you see the 12. Juan Molina going for his green flag stop, and also he's going to be joined by a couple of drivers, Diego Alcaraz, who is currently a lap down, Marinette Dupain-Cheng, and Luna Coco. But what is going to be the strategies for these drivers?
Very good question.
Well, so far the strategy is to go for 4 tires and a fresh tank of gas in the number 12 car. No other adjustments with the exception of a wedge adjustment, as well as adding some tape to the grill, guys. Full tires is the option for KD Code, as well as a full tank of gas. No other adjustments going to be happening to the 0 car, and she is off.
Yeah.
We saw
we'll see how that stacks up, everyone. Yep, a lot of leaders are pitting right now, including Auburn Bradley.
Yeah, Auburn Bradley continuing with her great dominant run. But since she pit at this moment, it could mean that the lead could cycle over to the 12 and Molina if the cards play right.
I think the 04 had a very fast pit stop there. I am not 100% sure, though, as the 99 is going to run away significantly.
Yeah, that's a significant run, and there is the 12.
Wait, wow! Ivan Molina to the lead.
And I think this is it. Oh, just getting a little bit weird with the 15.
Might want to watch the 15 for a little bit there.
And yes, we told it. We told it. The 12 Ivan Molina is our new race leader.
And the 22 pulled ahead as well. And the fast strategy by Carolina Bradley and her crew. Just wait a minute. Who the hell is fourth? I thought it was the 04, but I see the lineup now. Bro.
It's Luna
okay,
Coco.
Luna Coco. Dang, Coco. Alright, I see ya. But, dear Lord, me and my blindness are two good old friends. As Aranza just found herself in the top 10. She had a quick pit stop.
There she is. And also
great job by Aranza trying to get that 37 in the top 35 in owner's points.
Yeah, she's trying to do that, and at the same time, a good pit stop, top 5 run for Casey Kane. In that beautiful course light scheme. It's sad. It's sad that they don't do course light schemes like this anymore.
Yeah, it is sad, but seeing it back brings in playing nostalgia, and honestly, I'm in for it. So for Casey Kane, nostalgic driver of the 2000s, and to some extent 2010s, plus that Coors Light scheme brings back a lot of memories to NASCAR. I can't believe I'm saying that the 2000s now counts as retro.
Yeah, it is counting as retro.
Dear Lord. But I see other drivers shuffling to the front. I see Mara Bakeda in 9th place. And Carolina Bryant is going to have to try to get the early run to work. Because now she's going to get shuffled out of the top 10. Because look at the other cars there, including the driver who technically started last in this race. In the 78. Well, I said technically because, of course, the champion professional sent you to the back. And look what I was talking about.
Yeah, 3 wide. 3 wide situation.
I was talking
and
about it.
Mavis trying to go for it.
Now, this is interesting here. This is what I said before. If you get past, you're going to get stuck in the outside lane. And that's what just happened. And the 04, all because of Marbacada, she lost 5 positions. Yeah, that might not set very well, but to be fair, the objective for the 04 is just keep it clean for the night. That's it. Meanwhile, we got Ruby.
She almost took out Ruby Asensio and Dana Roman with that 3 wide stunt.
Yeah, so, I mean, Marbacada may have a very fast car. Absolutely no problem about it, as some drivers are way ahead of the competition. And by the way, to the owner of the 82, yeah, he's dead.
Well,
he
he's
is
3 laps down.
DED. Okay, 3 laps down. Okay, nearly DED. There you go. As Marbacada and now Ruby Asensio trying to find herself in the top 10, and Carolina Bradley trying to recover, as we may have a battle for 5th.
A huge battle over here. Trying to cook up Samantha Contreras, trying to get up to the to that course light machine, but I don't think Casey is gonna be happy about it.
Yeah, I mean, Casey Kane, I mean, he's just back for a couple of races. He's just trying to have a little bit of fun here. So, oh, and there is Corey Day. We just talked about him, and now he might cause a nuisance to some groups later.
Yeah, he's going to start with a nuisance as we see another pass. The 54 of Luna Coco move for 3rd place, and she's going to get it successfully under Marinette.
Yep, and now Marinette's going to be losing at least 2 more spots, maybe an additional one to Aranza if the 22 doesn't watch it, because she just lost another one to Casey Kane. Samantha Contreras is now there, and Aranza is right behind the 34, so what did I say? Get stuck in the outside, be prepared to lose more than 1 spot.
There's Casey.
Oh, trying to get to the inside of Luna Coco. That would have been bad for Luna, because once again, Luna Coco would have been KO'd out of the top 5 more likely. Is that Aranza? Aranza's climbing up quickly.
No, it is not. It is not Aranza.
Well,
Don't get too hyped up. That was Lincoln Loud recovering from the with the repairs of the last wreck.
yeah, but Lincoln Loud might be a nuisance for the top 2, as Auburn Bradley did close down on the 12. And I see the Bucky's car in between the top 2 and the majority of the rest of the top 5 plus top 10. Well, Auburn Bradley go for a lead. Yes, you will.
Yeah, there it is, to the inside of the 12. And so Auburn Bradley was basically taking the lead, not trying to let it go.
Yep. And right now, as we see the Bucky's car about to reach the other competition there shortly, which consists of Casey Kane, Samantha Contreras, Aranza, Luna Coco, Marinette Payne Chain. We'll have to deal with them. And then it looks like they'll have to deal with cars like Marbacada, Carolina Bradley, Ruby Asensio, running out your top 10, but that's lap traffic for you. You get to see everybody.
Yeah, that is the thing. You're going to get to see a lot of everyone, as we see some of a lot of cars that were initially great, but now seem to be a little bit struggling. But there it is, the 25 of Leah Sharp trying to make up some moves.
Yep, got past Mark Games, and now Jonathan Logren trying to do the same exact thing over there. So we are almost halfway through this race, Angel. Oh, Corday might propose something.
Trying to pull up something, yes.
Down goes Lena Oxton now. Yeah, you said it there, Angel. I mean, the Casa Loud cars are recovering, or trying to recover, that is, but plenty of lap traffic in the process.
Not only the lap traffic, but also the gaps. You have to keep in mind the gaps, because the pit stops shuffled everyone out of place.
Yeah, it did. And I mean, we barely seen green flag pit stops all weekend. So for them to happen here and see the competition that we see, it could spell something interesting to see if we are going to get another round of green flag pit stops any soon. And then with a field range, how many stops will they need to make before the end of the race?
The field range is from 25 to 30 laps, so we already had one stop.
They're going to need to make at least 2 more, maybe 3 more, but they'll have to save some fuel to avoid a third one.
Yes, they're going to have to do it as Marvakita trying to move up to 8th place. Trying to get a little bit of draft from Diego Rubio.
Yep. As this group of cars are moving in and out and in, and all over the dang place. Trading spots in the top 10, and oh boy, here's more lap traffic. That freaking Bucky's car. Oh, and it almost got to the poor rookie.
Oh, it almost got to Carolina. So thankfully,
Oh, boy.
that didn't do anything.
Thankfully it didn't. Yeah, thankfully so, as Carolina Bradley looks like she didn't lose too much time to the 4 or the 38, but it may help her get a little bit of gap to Ruby Asensio, so Carolina just bought herself a little bit of time.
Yeah, buying it a little bit.
As I gotta say, great run by everyone here, as you see some position shuffling in the top 5. Now Samantha Contreras is the leader of the second group, with Aranza now second in relation to that group.
And there's Aranza.
Yep, Aranza, I mean, if she manages to win a race here soon, she could be a contender for Comeback Driver of the Year, as watch this. I'm going to say it in case he can't get past her.
Well, we don't know yet, as I think round 2 could be underway. Yes, we saw the 30
Lena
win
Oxen, but she is a lap down, so it could be an indicator, but it might not be an indicator at the same exact time. We will be watching everybody, though, just in case.
And let's see, yeah, no mechanical failures, so this could be an indicator of round 2. Sabrina
And if so, this is a little bit risky because we have over 50 laps to go. So that means if some people want to, they can just save a bunch of fuel, go for one more stop, and then be good the rest of the way.
Oh, look at Austin Hunter using that apron as an advantage against the 78.
Yep, and just like that, the 78 is continuing to get past as the Consolal drivers are continuing to get past car after car to try to recover from that set of pit stops from earlier, knowing that round 2 could be underway in the next few laps. And when it does, judging the field marker, field window to here, something... And wait a minute,
Caution.
I'm hearing something. Oh, for the love of Pete. Welp, at least we had one long green flag run, better than nothing.
Yeah, debris in turn 3. It's the reason for this one.
Oh boy, time to see what it is. We haven't seen anything too weird lately, thank the Lord. Yeah. Wait a minute. What's this? Dear old chocolate. I know who this is. No balls! You have some explaining to do! You lost a letter over here!
And this is going to open the door for everyone. Everybody!
And this is going to be interesting because the field window is a little over 50 laps to go. So now the question is, how will they try to save fuel? Because now everybody is going to have to find a way to save fuel.
Oh yes, everyone is going to be on those strategies. And we are about to cover them. Rick! They're going to go with 4 tires, fuel, as well as the chassis adjustment for the 12 of Ivan Molina. Not trying to make any mistakes here on pit road. A 4-tire stop is the order of the day for Auburn Bradley. No adjustments to the car. She is set. The car is perfect. Just a
It's
little bit
actually
of
a
tech,
two-tire
and there she
strategy.
is coming
It's
out
actually a
of
two tires.
pit road. There it
That
is.
was actually a two-tire strategy right there for the number 99. So yeah, some of these drivers actually got a pretty bad pit stop, I see. Who were in the front, as I think that's lap traffic that decided to stay out. So the 30 and the 11, they pitted early, and that's going to be helpful for them as they get the wave around.
So yeah, they're gonna be safe on this one. As Alcaraz, trying to pass the pace car on the outside. That is not gonna be very, very helpful now, is it?
Yeah, maybe not. Luckily, not a lot of drivers here are pulling a Ross Chastain out of their butts. But Auburn Bradley, one of the only ones here that have pulled a two-tire stop. So it's going to be interesting to see how Auburn Bradley tries to handle the tires in the long run. Will she be able to survive, or will she fall off the face of the earth as the run gets deeper?
You're gonna go one more lap as we'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Okay, well, so while Angel goes deal with that, we will be at around, give or take, 50 laps to go when we get to the restart of this race. Something to keep an eye on. 25 to 30 laps as the fuel range. That could mean one more pit stop for plenty of drivers here, but at the same exact time, you need to save your fuel. And because of that, there's going to be some drivers that may take different strategies on how to handle this. Will they gamble for more cautions, or will they try to glide and drive to possible victory? And the big question is, what will come of Auburn Bradley's strategy with only taking two tires? If I had to take a guess, I say it could possibly bite her because...
Restroom break.
Yeah, I was talking about when we restart, we're going to be at about, give or take, 50 laps to go, which means drivers may possibly need to save fuel to try to make it to the end. I mean, you see it right there. I mean, lap 61, is it?
Yep.
Lap 61, so under 50 to go. So there is a very good chance that they could make it on one more stop, assuming they go green all the way. But for Auburn Bradley, Angel, I am intrigued but concerned at the same time for the 99, because now they're playing a different strategy to everybody else. What do you think two tires will do to the 99 on the short run and the long run?
I think what it can do is that it can either be good if nothing goes wrong. But if we go to the long run and there's no cautions, then the 99 crew may have messed up. As we got the one to go.
Yep, and here comes lap traffic. Oh boy, we might be in for plenty of lap traffic this time.
Oh yes, plenty of it.
Dear Lord. Yeah, meanwhile... There you see the 14, the 15. Yeah, they're going to be a giant nuisance. If I was anyone in the front, maybe in the top 10, but especially top 5, stay at the outside lane. Especially if you're drivers that may possibly go to the inside lane, like Luna Coco, Aranza, Ruby, Bar, Marinette, Mavis. I mean, that's what you kind of need to do here to try to survive in this restart. Otherwise, you might be running into a lot of problems very quickly.
Oh yes, and as a pace car pit road, Richard Petty once said, the best way to win a race is to put yourself in a position to win it. Here we go! immediate jump by the 99 of Alvin Bradley, so maybe I may not be too wrong about the strategy.
Well, take a look towards the back here, because that's where a lot of chaos is happening. Because they got to deal with the lap traffic, and now this is a problem.
Yeah, this is a big problem as they go 3 wide. Oh my God, so punched out.
And the problem is they don't ask for Lucille. What are you doing?
They almost went for a ride.
Yeah, and now plenty of drivers, including some that were in the front, have been plagued by lap traffic, and now, due to how many laps are left in this race, I don't know if they're going to need another caution, or they are going to need a lot of help in the next pit stop, but they need to do something now, because they have been dropped out of the front of the pack and quick, because now they're not looking good when it comes to finishing position.
Yes, we see Sabrina Rankin pretty much moving Mark Games out of the way.
Yeah, Sabrina Rankin, if I am correct in the owner's points, that 9 car needs a good run.
I actually need it.
Yeah, it does. It actually does need a good run. 83 points and only 10 points to the good, that 9 car. And right now, possibly being stuck towards the back. Not a good sign over there for the 9, but starting to pick up a couple of spots. So we're going to see where this goes here, as the 9 is clearly out of the top 20.
And from the looks of it, yes, just really trying to grace it.
Yeah, like, they really need something to go their way here. And I see a couple other cars that need to do good, or are trying to do good, but unfortunately they can get nowhere, as the 04 made a rookie mistake there, because now she's going to lose more positions when that car can't afford it. And the 8 of Sonora Felix, another driver who needs a good run, because she was the first car that had to qualify. And guess what I said? You get stuck at the outside, get ready to lose more than one spot, and probably run into issues. Because Felix now back in there, the 04 is now having issues. And for Pete's sakes, yeah, now it's a lot of issues. And now she's going to run into even more issues.
Meanwhile, up front, we have to give a shout out. Shout out to Casey Kane, who's now made his way into second, trying to set sail on the leader.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that 98 crew, they were originally only going to run like 7 races in the season, 7 to 10 races, and now with all the success that's somehow popping up for them, they are going to attempt more and more races, but there is a little problem in the 98's way, and that is the full-time capacity. If I recall correctly, the number 37 was the final entry that they allowed to be full-time. And that was official back in race 3, was it?
Well, we don't know yet.
Yeah, so basically, with barely any spots left to allow any more cars to run the full schedule for the rest of the season, the 98 might run into another issue and might run into it soon. Because earlier last week, or not last week, like a couple of weeks ago, there was a truck with a driver that attempted to run full-time for the rest of the season. What did they get as a result? A rejected outcome and a 1-race suspension. So, keeping that in mind...
But remember that we're already past the census date for the series, so no more full-time cars can be allowed.
Yeah, so that's the bad news for the 98. They're past the census date, and as a result, the 98 will have to be more selective on the races moving forward.
And the same goes to 37.
Not really. The 37 barely squeaked it through the census date. They barely squeaked it. Like, they were the last one.
As here comes Ivan Molina trying to go to the inside of Casey. and he gets the run, but the problem, you see that problem right there? That move just caused Alvin Bradley to pull away even further.
You are correct on that one, because the more they batter around the area here, the more that's going to help the leaders. As Casey Kane, I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Get stuck in the outside lane, get ready to lose a bunch of positions, and Casey Kane is suffering with it right now, as it looks like Luna Coco may be the next one to get past that car.
Yeah,
as that is something you do not want to see early in the run, is get put to the outside lane, because especially if there's many laps to go, it just decreases your chances in getting a good finish in general.
Yeah,
so
that's one of the things that can happen, as we see at the front, Samantha trying to do it again.
Yeah, she is trying to get another win, and she wants it ASAP, and she wants that vantage point going into the final set of pit stops. She wants to get past that 12 so she can have a shot to go back to back. You have the 37 here. I mean, like I said before, the 37.
And
the 37 is really the miracle.
And there it is. Contreras to the inside of Molina. And look at the 12. Didn't go to the outside.
Didn't go
Not
to the
yet,
outside.
though.
It might be. Oh, the 37. Trying. I don't think she's going to get there yet, baby. Oh, barely to the inside. That veteran talent proving to be useful right now, as long as she doesn't make a mistake. She could try to contend herself to go for the win. Remember, she did very good at Bristow, and she wants to use that from last week to contend for another top 5, or even better yet, get the win here at Kansas. And remember, and this is what I was about to say before we cut off, the 37 was the last car to get past through the census date, but it was barely, and it was a debate, but they ultimately allowed it at the end of the day. So, because of that fact, that's why we had what we had. Meanwhile, we're looking at Casey Kane here, Angel. Despite being pushed back quite a ways, he's still having a good run.
Yeah, he's having a good day. What a good day for that blue bullet. You should say.
Absolutely, that is for sure. That 98 is looking good to get a pretty good finish, as long as they have a good final pit stop. We have seen cars benefiting and getting screwed over because of pit strategy, and we'll see what that does for them. Meanwhile, here we go.
It has worked. Alvin Bradley could be losing her advantage, as here comes the 34.
And Aranza could be joining Samantha Contreras.
Aranza trying, but I think the 99
not
may try it.
yet.
There it is. Samantha trying to knock Kyle Larson out of the points lead.
I think she's going to do it, because Kyle Larson, where is he right now?
Remember, Larson, in this race, he has pretty much disappeared. He's currently 25th.
Yeah, so right now, there's a very good chance that Samantha Contreras may take the lead in the championship, which would be very good for what could be Front Motorsports' final season. Oh, there's Alcaraz. Look out!
More lap traffic getting in the way, but thankfully for Samantha, he knows how to handle it. But
yeah, and not only that,
at the same time, another driver that also knows how to handle it is Aranza. So it's a clash of titans between these two ladies.
And not only those two, but I see Luna Coco trying to get into the conversation. Remember, she knows how to win a cookie cutters too, because if I'm correct, she won at Las Vegas in the fall.
Yes,
so she has some recent experience with cookie cutters, as well as Alvin Bradley, as she is now trying to return to the top 5.
Yeah, she's trying to. And that Pontiac still looks mighty strong.
Yeah, despite only taking 2 tires, I mean, the 99 did recover and try to stick around this main group, and could have a remote shot for things to work if they just have a quick final pit stop. But odds are they will have to take 4 tires whether they like it or not.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big problem over here as she's trying to push the envelope against these two drivers. Look at the lead!
Aranza!
Aranza
I
trying to
think
go
the
to the lead.
Yeah, but unfortunately for her, Contreras threw the block, and now Aranza did lose some time, and she might not have too much more time because A, final set of pit stops are coming up, and 2, Luna Coco is trying to get to the competition, but with Auburn Bradley trying to recover and try to pass more cars so she can get back into this thing. That's probably the only thing that Aranza is hoping for right now, is for Auburn Bradley to battle the two ladies right there.
Yeah, that is the only possibility. But meanwhile, we're going to take a look now at our Rolex fastest lap of the race. Katie Colt is now in the combo.
Yep, and Katie Coe, even though she's not running excellent right now, she could very well be the one that gets the extra point.
Yeah, she's looking at it.
Yep, let's go ahead and take a look back at the front of the field because we have a very big battle because now Aranza has run out of time to try to take the lead as I think we see final pit stops about to begin.
Yep, we are about to see them. We are about to see them as we see
this
the 54.
is important for these three.
And now Aranza says, nah, fuel first.
Oh boy, yeah, and I feel like for Aranza, this could make sense to pit early.
Oh!
Or maybe pit right before they cause a caution.
And it works for Auburn. That little friendly fire worked.
Absolutely, Aranza needs a very quick pit stop because remember, Ivan Molina had the lead for pitting early. If Aranza can pull it off, then she could be in contention to win this whole thing. But the catch is Theo.
And there it comes.
That is the major catch.
Everyone is
All
coming
right.
in. Marva Kada trying to stay out as long as she can.
Meanwhile, the big battle's going to be with Aranza. Let's keep an eye on her, because if she had a quick pit stop, she could overtake Samantha Contreras in the pits. However, she could also lose a crap ton of positions from the pit.
She's just coming out of pit road. And
Yeah,
she was
so she
lapped down by that point. Possibly still lapped down. Here comes the 4.
Yeah, that's probably why the 4 probably trapped the vast majority of the leaders a lap down, since she was one of the final people to get in the pits. Now, that strategy would have been effective if we would have had overtime, but now we got to keep an eye on the 37 in relation to the 34. Where is the 34?
34 coming out of pit road. Some
Bro.
other drivers have lost some time as now Aranza gonna try to get past Samantha as they come out of the pits. Ooh, not
Aranza's
happening.
pit crew did not execute. And here's the thing, Smart Motorsports, I've taken a look at some data here. Out of all the times they could have contended for the win, they have got
they're
none.
still going.
And when
They're still going.
Yes,
And
they're
Marvin is still the
going.
leader.
Aranza. What? Yeah.
She
Wait.
had a run.
What? The?
She
no.
got a run. She got
Aranza
a
go
run.
to the lead.
And
Now Aranza.
that is great.
Wow. That is great, Aranza, but can she hold it off for 17 laps? That's the next big question, because we got lap traffic potentially in the way, but it could be the battle between who will likely be our new points leader and the driver who's been through complete beep in the last 5 or so years.
And some other drivers have made their way. Look at the 7 of Annette Galvan making her way to the top 5.
Yeah, the 7 has really rebounded. The 4 Marbacada, once again, great job by the pit strategy. This time pitting very late. Ivan Molina, Marinette also pitted very good. Very good on all of them. Fastest lap of Katie Coe. She is in the top 10 now. But at this point, the biggest battle has to be between Samantha Contreras and Aranza Evia, because even though Aranza is not chase eligible since she did not enter in all the races, She could, however, make the attempt to get the 37 into the top 35 in owners points. That's the end goal for the 37. They're not going for a chase spot. They're not going for anything smancy. The end goal is simple. Get the entry in the top 35 in owners points by the end of the season. Because that team has plans for next year to expand to 3 full-time entries. And speaking of which, well, we're going to talk about that post-race if it's applicable.
Yeah, if it's applicable. And with Kyle Larson running 23rd, is official. Samantha Contreras is your new point leader.
Yeah, because Kyle Larson, Samantha trying to close on in.
And
remember, she has won at Speedways before.
And there she goes to the inside.
Oh, yeah. And given Smart Motorsports luck, Samantha Contreras is going to win this race.
Whoa,
let's be honest.
Almost brake checked it clear, which could have been a disaster.
Now, once again, the Smart Motorsports team, I have done some tracking, done some analytics. There were 5 or 6 races in this season, including one earlier this weekend, where they could have realistically won the race. But something had to happen to prevent them from winning the race. And once again, it looks like they're probably going to get set up for the same thing once again, and then the second time on the weekend. Only this time, unlike half of their attempts, their driver ain't going to choke away the race after leading the most laps.
And they've put up a gap over Annette Galvan, who's currently sitting in 3rd.
Annette Galvan could have a shot if these two get held up.
Yeah, if these two get held up, because remember, Pontiacs have been really good in this racetrack, and we already saw kind of that with the 98 leading part of the most laps this season, this race.
Yeah, absolutely.
99, sorry.
Yeah, right now it looks like the two had an easy time to get past the 15. So we'll see if the same thing can be said. I see Marbacada. Marbacada running in the top 5. Marbacada may have a shot to might not have to worry about a Champions Provisional next week. Because if that car gets into the top 35 in owners points, they are going to go into the next race worry-free.
Yes, they are.
And I think that could be the case. They could be worry-free. As here are these two. For the 37, given the situation and given how they are 25 points behind 35th in the standings, the 37 is practically must win. You have the opportunity. Don't freaking choke it for the 7th time overall in the season!
As here it is, and look at that. Aranza is trying to make up for lost time against the 34, against what is now essentially your new point leader.
Yeah, I mean, Samantha Contreras, really a great rebound as we are down to 10 to go and not so much time left for a caution to come out in the first place. Because if a caution comes out right now, we may be able to run 2 or 3 laps on green. However, if they pull out the yellow beyond lap, let's say lap 102, then the race is going to be over because they do not believe in overtime.
That is one of the regulations over here in Cricket Cup. Overtime just extends the race unnecessarily, and that is why they haven't implemented it since 2024.
Interesting. I see Aranza trying to use the draft, but since it's so late in the run, it seems like she can't do anything. Which, I swear, at the rate where this is going, I mean, I've heard some top officials from Smart Motorsports. They're willing to do anything to get their first win of the year, even if it means having a conversation with the official shortly after finishing second.
And here it is. Here's Aranza trying to get us some draft.
Yeah, Aranza trying to peek to the inside, but unfortunately that dirty air is preventing the 37 from doing anything. But luckily for her, she still has time to try to charge it up as we are down to 5 to go. We'll see if lap traffic can help Aranza.
And there she is. She's making a run.
She's trying. She's trying. Not yet. She needs to peek in the inside now.
And there she goes. To the inside of the 34.
This is huge. This is huge for Aranza. Because Smart Motorsports has been trying so dang hard. And for the 37, they could have won the Daytona 500. But here they are, Angel. For the go. Aranza has a good shot now.
Now it is going. It is go time. But now, the problem for Samantha? Yes, she is now the points leader, but she wants the lead back. And if she wants to win she's going to have to move Aranza out of the way.
And not only that, she's got to hope to God the caution doesn't come out, because as soon as the caution comes out, it is race over. And Samantha Contreras could realistically only go for one very good run to get past the 37 for this race win. But I know for the 37, they need to go full defense right now. They cannot make a mistake in these next 4 extended corners.
2 to go.
Because if they do, it's just going to be torture again for Smart Motorsports in general. Because earlier today in the ARCA race, they could have won.
And
I see the 34.
Here comes Samantha. She's going to try to get it all the way to the end. Try to make a run.
That looks concerning for the 37, but she holds on.
And there she is. The Wells Fargo white flag is in the air one more time.
Lap traffic could be in the way, but the 34 has a run.
And there she is. She's closer. She's closer now. But here they come towards Allcrest. That could slow down the progress. It does slow the progress on the 34. The Sasa's coming up. It's coming up for the Sasa.
Goodness.
Aranza Avila completes the comeback at Kansas.
Aranza Avila, you have broken a winless streak. And one of the craziest ways imaginable.
And she has done it. Not only that, but it is her first win since 2022. Wow.
Yeah, and Aranza was originally going to be racing for 10 races in that 37, just as an experiment for Smart to figure out what do we need to do in these ICR cars to improve. Ever since giving Aranza that truck series start to help her improve, she has been able to take a few weeks, no, not even a few weeks, about a week and a half to figure it all out. And now she is a winner in Smart Motorsports in their 6th or 7th attempt. Finally, they are winners at last.
And that is a great one. So the Sasa completes the comeback. Samantha Contreras, the new points leader, is in 2nd. Annette Galvan in 3rd with a great run for the veteran. Marva Keita, our defending champion, finally starting to show up what she's capable of in 4th. Marinette Dupencheng in the top 5. And then it is Ruby Asensio, Ivan Molina, Alvin Bradley, Zoe Lee, and Katie Coate, the fastest driver of the field, rounds out the top 10. As we take a look at the rest of our results, Austin Hunter, Jonathan Logren, Diego Rubio, Mavis Dracula, Luna Coco, Leah Sharp, Carolina Bradley with a very decent performance, finishing in the top half of the field, and Boone Chewy also with a great debut, Sabrina Rankampree, and Daniel Roman in the top 20.
Respectable first starts for both of the debutants, and even for Casey Kane, even though he fell off, disappointing finish for an amazing run by the 98.
Yeah, the Sonora Felix, Mark Games with a very semi-good return. Damian Rubio, a tough break for Kyle Larson. He's going to lose the lead for sure. Casey Kane coming back, and he's done really good in 25th. Leslie Jacoby, and then Benjamin Ortiz is the last driver on the lead lap. And then Lena Oxton finishes 1 lap down. Diego Alcaraz and Lincoln Loud 3. And then Corey Day and Lucille 6 laps apiece. And then for DNFs, all of them came in the first of two cautions that we had, those being Aria Eviara, Eric Plush VP, Laura James, Dipper Pines SVG, Chloe Bourgeois, what a tough break for the 88, Ollie SSR, Maria Lackey, Christian Netherlake, and finally Alexis Lynn Blake. Oh my god.
And for the 37, that is a great way to get a win. And like I said, they entered this race about 25 points behind 35th in the standings. So with the extra points given for the win, that is going to help them big time. And even if they don't make the top 35 and still have to try to qualify their way into Talladega, bad news is no pass winners provisional. Good news is you are now in attack distance. Even if you didn't go Talladega, you are still in attack distance in the following race.
Yeah. So with this, Aranza Avila completes the comeback. One more thing before we hit this snooze button on the tornado time button. One last comment.
I gotta say, this is the best race of the week, hands down. We finally got some drivers that know how to run the track. We finally got some competition. Finally had some real strategy in a race here at Kansas. It was just unfortunate we couldn't see it in any other races. And despite their longest green flag runs was about 10 laps or so, we've had some great runs, some great pit stops, and a lot of things shuffled in and out. But at the end of the day, the storylines were there for whichever driver would have won in the first place. Either Aranza was going to make a comeback and Smart Motorsports can end the struggle, or for Samantha Contreras to bring dominance. And right now, I can see a lot of storylines going into next week at Talladega where things are going to become pure chaos.
A very bad time for Samantha to take the points lead as well, because you know the field is going to shuffle like a deck of cards.
Absolutely. Qualifying does not bleeping matter next weekend, because all it matters is avoiding the big one and be there at the right time to get the win.
Yes, as we're going to reveal our schedule for next week, the Cedar Point 300 of the NASCAR AT&T Grand National Series, available at 1:30 Eastern on Alex Prime Place YT. Then, live on AJDN, the XX200 of the ARCA Double E Series. So once again, these three series are going to be taking the track. And then on Sunday, the XX Premium 500 with coverage at 1:30 Eastern on Radio Angel YM. So we are basically back on this one. We are back for Talladega. And for all those that are concerned about the SMG Tunes project, it is still going. However, you'll still have to wait a little bit, maybe until the college season is over for the spring, before you start seeing the first couple of adventures of Angel in the SMG4 Castle. So with this, for Cody, for Dale, and for everyone in the audience, I'm Angel, and we'll see you next week.